right, go ahead and come on in. Come on in. Go ahead and come on in. Come on, hop on in. We got 2 more minutes before we get started. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 2 more minutes. 2 Minuten. Here we go. Okay, Sparkling Stream Team. What's up, Servus? Here we go. We got, hold on. We go ahead and. Man, uh, ah, Warriors. What's up, Colton? What's good, man? Ah, here we go.
What is
Here
two?
we
What
go.
to do?
Nothing much, man. Uh, Second episode. All right, second week in a row we done did it. So this is gonna be something that I need to hear from not just us or you. I need to hear from other people about this too, because I don't think a lot of people are gonna. I don't think a lot of people really understand how much mental health of an import really. How much being of the mental aspect of being an import really plays into this role.
Mhm.
So that's what we're really gonna talk about today. So first off, what's good? How's everything been with you on your side this week so far?
Man, I just came back from the youth, the
Ha!
youth practice.
Oh,
Man, I'm back in the rhythm of coaching those boys, but yeah, it was going.
what the youth department looking like now though? Because like I said, it's been a while, but how they looking, man? Everything shaping up, coming together.
Yeah, yeah, they shaping up, man.
That's all
they
that
they
matters.
yeah, they gonna get right. Once they get back in the rhythm with
Yeah.
everything else, they gonna get right. How your day been though?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I've been painting like a motherfucker. I mean, I ain't cussing on here. Man, I've been painting, so it's been. I gotta go to the gym after we get off of here, cause man, I can't do. I gotta do
Yeah,
something.
be
So, but,
consistent.
but overall, man, let's go ahead and get into this, man, because a lot of people, including domestic players, I don't think they really believe or understand just how hard the mental toughness an import really has to have. Now, the reason why I brought this up this week is because you mentioned last week about how imports come over here and just being in their old ways, and that had me like remember, like, okay, um, there's so much that goes in an American import's mind, and it's just not even just that's the bigger role of them, just them thinking about one thing leading to the other. They could be worried about one thing, and just situations back home that could be leading to mental aspect about something that could be a problem, in the near future. So what is your take? First thing I want to ask is, what is your take on like how big a the mental health of an import really should be, and how that plays a role in becoming a good import?
Whew, man, that's big. Mental health is big worldwide. Not
Yeah,
just for import, it's just for a normal person, but like, imports or athletes, we put a lot of stress on our bodies. We work out. You got to understand, like, you got to be crazy to do the stuff that we do.
yeah, I
We
agree.
work, but the mental health plays a huge part of this. Like, your mind has to be mentally the strongest thing to get you through the next process that you want to do, because you're gonna have people that's gonna deny you. You're gonna have people that's gonna say, "Hey, you can't do this."
Yep.
Is your mind gonna fall into there, or your mind's gonna overcome that situation? So,
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head when you said when people say things, because I remember when I first came to Landsberg in 22,
mhm.
I was talking to you and TJ about the same thing, about because I remember always sometimes being worried about what people was, you know I wanted to go one place, and then I was always worried about that little care outside of the field about what people thought. But
Yeah,
nowadays it's becoming something that's really it's becoming something that's really becoming nonsense because now that as you get older, as you become an import that's been over here longer, you start to not even give a damn about none
Yeah,
of that stuff because most of the times these are people that never met you. These are people that don't know what you can do on the field. They never even watch your tape, and yet
exactly.
somebody's always going to have an opinion. But it goes much more than just an attitude of the game, especially when there's guys who are coming far away from home and guys who decide to live here. And I know that could be tough sometimes, especially for guys that have kids being away from them. That's got to be tough.
That's super tough, man. That's tough. Like, what's your thoughts about the mental health as an import?
You gotta know what you're getting into. That's why it's so important for teams to be transparent to these guys because we talked about this. I think it was like 2 years. No, it was like when I was in Poland. We talked about teams being like keeping it real with guys because I told you the story about how the team I told you about how the rebels was doing, how they was talking about, I was
Uh huh.
being, I was their dude and stuff. Like, turns out it wasn't that case the whole time. Well, this is a thing, man. Like, at the end of the day, teams got to be more open and honest with imports because they'll tell you one thing, and you get over here, it's not what you expect. And then some guys just ain't mentally tough like that. Some guys came from bigger places. Some guys came from nothing. And I believe that the guys that came from nothing will have more of a better, and they'll figure it out for themselves, as soon as they land or whatever. But it's really important that the mental health of the import is really just talked about and just having and giving the import transparency what's going on with the situation from club to club. Like if you tell them one thing, you got to open and honest, like with the imports. Like, man, come on, like don't lead them into some lipstick on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's important. Like I said, it's good that you keep it real because at the end of the day, nobody wants to be lied to, and I think that does play a huge role in imports' mental toughness too. He could be into it the moment he signs a contract, but when he gets there, he could be out of it.
And that's one thing that we do here. I mean,
Yeah,
you guys realize that because you played there. We try to make sure you guys don't have to do nothing else. Like on game day, you guys just come and play. Like that's
perform.
one big thing because I was an import before, and like you may deal with stuff outside the field, like stuff as you mentioned before, stuff back home. You may deal with stuff back home, and that may affect your gameplay, right? But
Yep.
the domestic guys may not understand what you're going through, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but we pay him; he should be doing. But at the end of the day, we're an import. Yeah, that's true. But we're a human being as well. Like we have the same stuff that they go through just as not as much, but probably just like probably more than they do because it's where we come from, like from the states in the South. It's different, bro. Like not
Yep.
too many people are still doing what we're doing.
Yeah, for sure. And it's hard. It's hard, like when you put it that way, because man, like you get from a specific time, you get used to, you know, teams telling you, "Hey, we pay you" and stuff like that. But in the back
Hmm.
of your head, sometimes they can trigger you because it's like, man, look, you don't know where I come from, in a specific like
Exactly.
situation. It's like, dude, this ain't what you think it is. So, man, like that's a huge this is like a huge thing that's not being talked about enough. Like for example, you said when you was talking about how man, like it's you only give us jobs, you only give us one thing to do, and that's to perform, and everything else is up to us. Because at the end of the day, imports that come in are grown men because you make your own decisions, and you know what I'm saying. And you're gonna put yourself in situations that you're gonna sign up for. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you can't complain.
Hmm.
So my thing with this is like, if an import really has to come and perform, that's not much pressure. But then again, teams have to start understanding like it's much more than just them being there. Yeah, you
Hmm.
can tell the imports to be grateful, but sometimes it's not always what you're seeing because imports don't like to talk. They don't like to tell you what's really going on. They could be hurt mentally. Like I remember my first year in Landsberg, 2022, right before we played the Rangers. My cousin Ryan had died, and I didn't tell nobody. I didn't tell nobody
Hmm.
this at all. So it hurt because I'm like, dude, what? We just came back from practice that night too. I just thought about that, and I
Hmm.
looked at my phone and I got the news. Some imports may deal with the news of death of a family. You know what I'm saying? And that
Hmm.
could, yeah, that could play. Amy said it best. Too much pressure on them. And so the mental aspect of an import is just it's huge, and I don't think that's being talked about just enough. Which leads me to my next question. Um, when you have family and you're away from home, how big is that on your mental health as a coach? Because I know sometimes you gotta, and coaches gotta make sacrifices away from the family. I don't have a family as of right now, but
Mhm.
how, as a coach, how big is that? And how stressful is that enough that you have to sacrifice time away from your family and your sons to just do something because you've always been involved with this game? How much of how stress is that on you?
But that played a big part. Man, that played a big part. Honestly, as an athlete, you make sacrifices, you know.
Yeah.
But what I learned as I got older, once you make those sacrifices, when it's time to sit down with the family, it's no football, and that's what I told you. You remember I say somebody called me, but I'm with my family. Let me enjoy
Yeah.
my family time. If it's
Yep.
football, if it's something important, I answer it. But I make sacrifices to be away from them sometimes. And sometimes I make, like my son, now he growing up, and he used to say, Papa, I bite, Emma, I bite. And then I
Mm-hmm.
got to a point to where I was like, hey, that's too much. I can't be doing it. I can't be away. But a lot of people make sacrifices that have kids. I like, for example, I know one, and we know him, like Jabari Harris. You see what he do. And
Man,
I reach out to
everybody
him, and
can't do that.
I be like, hey, bro, you been that's been a present father. You've been
That
a
a
present
really
father.
good job with that too. Everybody can't do that. What he doing
And it's
at
and
all?
it's tough, especially with the pressure and the status that we have over here.
Yeah.
And sometimes some guys don't understand it because like they're playing it as a hobby, and we do it as our passion, and we love it. So it's hard. You sacrifice this, but those sacrifices come back as W's. And then if you take an L, they come as a lesson.
Yep, and I agree. Those L's do come back as lessons. But like, okay, my third question, because you've been in a situation where you got cut from some places too, because
Hmm.
new imports don't understand. Like, bro, you could be sent home as quick as you get sent
Oh yeah.
brought back over here.
Oh yeah.
What have you ever felt? You ever felt the situation where like you want to quit this bullshit because you oh shit I gotta stop cussing. You ever want to quit this because you quit and you got cut from somewhere?
Cause I got cut from somewhere.
What was that? What was your mental aspect? What was your mental preparation knowing you about to get sent home from somewhere, not overseas, but just like in the pros? Like, because I remember you playing arena. What was it like getting sent home from arena? Because I don't know if you really
Man, that
like that
that that
opportunity.
that arena life up there when I was in Buffalo, that's different, man. You gotta have when you say mental health for that, bro. That's arena ball different, and you gotta be literally, because you can be the guy there, but then the next day they bring in a vet from the NFL or something, and now you automatically cut, but you making plays, but they gonna let you go to another team because they brought this dude in. So you got to be mentally there. But I think, like, man, when I had that situation, I can tell you one over here where I felt like a team didn't run it that good. It was
Mm-hmm.
2019. Once I got hurt, and that
Mm-hmm.
when you
Yep.
get hurt, that was a symbol, like, okay, like, what can he do for me now? It's also like how they do it now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
now teams are more, because they done got expensive to send you back home. Now teams will keep you over here to see how long you will be able to. Is he going to be able to come back when he better perform? But that's how teams are now. I can take, for example, the running back from Algoy. He got hurt in the preseason game, and then they kept him there, which is great because of the insurance and stuff. Let him do his rehab. Then he came back and he balled out for the rest of the season. So you have those situations that happens, and that's just going to happen everywhere. But what about you? Like, what was yours? Did you feel some type of way?
Well, because it was 2019 and that was my second year. It was my second year being a professional, but mentally I was not there as a professional. Yeah, I was mad as hell, bro. So like, man, I'm being like, okay, I'm being brought in for some some weird stuff. Like, and I didn't understand how the business went because I know arena is not, man. That's something different.
Yeah.
When I was with Bismarck Bucks, man, we was in camp and I got brought in. I got signed as a running back, but then got put as a jack. So
Hmm.
I forgot if it was a jack or something. It was somewhere on defense. I got put as a jack, and I wasn't cool with it, but I just stuck with it. I'm like, all right, I'm still here, so I can't complain about it.
Hmm.
The one crazy thing with me was I didn't know that I could have stuck around, but I decided to clock out mentally because I'm like, bro, this ain't what I signed up for, and I didn't
Yeah.
know that. And
Yeah.
nobody told me how this thing really went. So me not knowing that, knowing the mental aspect of what I had to prepare for mentally, it threw me off, and I didn't like it. 2019 was a tough year for me too because I'm just like, man, there's so much going on family wise, and that's what made me realize, bro, if I'm gonna really do this as an import or a professional, then I'm gonna really have to buckle in and lock in because, man, everybody can't do this. Everybody will either fold or somebody's going to end up thugging it out. And I'm one of those dudes who ended up you know learning the hard way that, man, this ain't gonna go as you plan, and it's definitely not. And I definitely can't be mad at anybody but myself now that I look back at it because
Yeah.
I had the opportunity, but I wasn't locked in mentally. So
Yeah.
I felt stupid after I did it because I didn't
Hmm.
know how to be a real professional. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. What Troy said. Troy Baker. What
man,
he
I
said.
was just about to say that. Yeah,
Hmm.
sometimes it's for a good reason for their club, but
Exactly, and it can be it's an ego killer.
yep.
It's a big ego killer. He hit it right on the nail. Like sometimes it's not
Hmm.
all your fault. Like sometimes you're good enough, but sometimes they may not see it, and they may want to go a different direction, and it's good, but that's what happened. It's a business. Everybody gotta understand. I mean, you say it all the time. Sports is a business, and most imports don't really understand that until because they may take it as an ego, like, oh man, I'm better than this guy. Why you keep this guy over here, but I'm better than him? But at the end of the day, it's a business for them, and sometimes, as he said, the management, the club may not know how to run the management right. But
That is true,
for me,
especially.
I never question my manager, my fourth stand because I know they're gonna make the best decision for the team and for the organization. So that's one thing that it happens with some clubs most of the time.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's crazy because everybody believes that it's you get paid, you get the girls, you get all this stuff to it, which makes me lead to my next point.
Yeah.
When the girl approaches you, what is going when they find out you a new import in Europe, and you come into these women, and I'm talking about I'm talking about not just one, but like two, three, they gonna come.
Yeah.
Even the ugly ones, they gonna come
Even
when you run into a girl and you would import, how are you going to react? Because I've seen a lot of dudes crash out over these females coming to Europe, and I'm just like, oh my god. Now in
man,
2018, I was almost one of them dudes here in Katowice, and I'm like, y'all, I am never doing that again. Now that I look back on it, but
it's tough. It's
it's
tough.
tough.
I'm telling you. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. Like as an import, you get treated better over here, and that's why I think a lot of guys are starting to come over here because they see how we get treated. They like the lifestyle, but
Yeah,
they also got to understand the lifestyle is not always. It's not always shiny over here. Like you're gonna go through some thunderstorms a lot of time over here. You're gonna have some this girl saying this. You're gonna have the same drama everywhere you're going. Like
yep.
it's no matter where you go, you're gonna have the same drama. But the biggest thing is how you manage it. Like are you gonna be open and have your stuff all the way out there? Have everybody in your business? Or are you gonna be by yourself over here? Don't let anybody know who you talking to. Because
Shoot the club up? Nah, see, nah.
hey, so hey, that's one example right
I'm just look, man. Okay, you look. Import gotta be mental. Like I don't know, man. You gotta be locked in, bro. Because sometimes, man, like, oh man,
and I'll be real with you. Like
oh,
the girls are gonna come. Like
they
that's
gonna come.
they gonna come. And when you young, you gonna have the Man, you're gonna be out there. I'm gonna go ahead and be honest with you. You're gonna be out there.
especially
Your
your
first
first
year
year.
coming over here, you're gonna see different type of girls that you probably wouldn't see in the States. They're more open too sometimes because if they love football, they're gonna be
Yeah.
coming after you. You a football player, they're gonna come after you. And I hate to say it, and I'm not saying all women does that, all right? I'm not gonna say that all women does that.
But you can
But
tell which ones, but nah, all women do not.
yeah, exactly. You can tell which one that does that, and
Yeah.
it's no disrespect to women's out there and stuff, but it's
Yeah.
just the real thing. And it's sometimes it's imports. They can play the bad role or the good role. You know, they can make a bad name of themselves because if they get with this girl and they do something, now it may cause some chaos. So
Well, hey, can we keep it funky for a second?
keep
Like
it
for a minute?
1,000. You know,
All right. So speaking of knowing who you coming across, and this is my next point. I'm talking about everybody who trying to play overseas. I'm talking about if you out here, you already know. As an import, it's so important that you stay locked in to where you pay attention to who your surroundings and who works for the team. Because if you do anything, I'm talking about anything, and you know what I'm about to say. If you do anything with somebody on the staff or with the board,
oh my God,
do you know you going? You know you taking your ass on on the aisle seat on the plane, especially if somebody find out. You are going to get in trouble. That's why it's
hey,
so important. I tell dudes because they ask me all the time, "What are the women like over here?" That don't. Why does that matter to you? Number one, you need to be over here ready to coach and help guys elevate on the freaking seniors, not
yep,
what the girls look like. Because if you run into the wrong one, the wrong female on, and she works for the staff, and you piss her off, dog. It's yo. What did we talk about last week? Blackballed.
man. Listen, man. We since we keeping 1,000, bro. You know I'm always keeping it a buck. Man, listen. If you gonna be chasing these females over here in Europe, like for me as a player, and as a coach, I say as a coach, right?
Yeah.
As a coach, if I see you chasing all these, you gonna do what you doing. Like I tell y'all, as long as y'all performing on the field, I don't care if you don't make the club look bad or anything like that. I don't care what y'all do outside the field, but you better be able to perform.
Yep.
It's plenty of times where I was over here. I ain't even gonna lie. It was when I was first came over here at 215. I mean, when I was with Luke in 215, it was times where I'd go to Soap Pot. You know, Soap Pot, the party town. I would go to Soap Pot. We got a game the next day. Mean bitch slapping, then we chilling. Then, oh, damn, I got to go home and get some rest. Go home, sleep, bro. But like, you got to be mentally, how you say, you got to be mentally, what are you over here for? What's the main
Yeah.
reason?
Why
Are
are
you
you
over
over
here
here?
chasing?
If you
Are you over here chasing women's? Or are you over here to play ball? So you got to be able to make sure you got your mind right.
man, and we gonna come back to this a second because I had a coach, and I'm not gonna put names out there. I'm gonna keep this clean because I'm pretty sure this is a pretty good program, a little Eastern European country. But they had wrote me. I had a coach that wrote me yesterday, or somebody on the president had wrote me and said they had an import that was doing other things in front of the team. I'm not gonna say what.
He was doing that
Okay,
white.
nah, the green, nah, the
Oh,
green.
okay.
And he wasn't really living up to the expectations. So what the reason why I say this is because it so you gotta when the import comes, it's important that not only do you have to be locked in mentally, but you cannot be on vacation mode over here. Like you doing
Yeah.
now, hold on. Let me retract that. The only okay, if you know you at the end of your career and a team literally tell you that they're at the they're at the low and they're just working on developing the domestic roster, and the team accepts that you're over here for vacation, like you know what I'm saying, then that's
Hmm.
cool. But what I'm saying is you can't. Imports got to be always locked in, especially if you're first year over here. Like I said, I'm not putting out names, but man, it's most of these. It's not vacation time, bro. Most of this tough stuff is not vacation time, especially in the GFL. They would send your ass home too.
And to be honest with you, bro, I think, in my opinion, the GFL done got a lot softer than they used to be. Man,
Cutthroat.
you know how hard it used to be to get in Germany? Like, it used to be so hard. Like, the
That
top
was the
countries,
ELF. That was damn near the ELF.
Yeah, like it used to be so hard. That's why like a lot of players used to play in Finland. They used to play in Austria. They used to play in all these other countries because it was so hard to get in Germany at that
Yeah.
time back in the day. But now it's like I ain't gonna say it's easy to come over here, but like with the imports that want to come over here, they gonna accept you. And it's like, man, you gotta find a way to really focus on what you got because most teams, if you ain't doing your job, they're gonna send you home.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna send you home. And if you don't have a good resume, it's gonna be hard for you to get another job.
Uh, and that's a tough thing too because uh, being rejected by teams with no resume and you don't have a resume
Mm,
can do a damper. Like Coach said, it could do a damper to your ego. Like, and your ego plays a huge part in you coming over here and just doing your thing away from home. I don't think a lot of dudes understand that either. Like, dude, like you said, it's hard to get over. It's hard to get over here. I think it's
hmm
harder. No, it's easier now because of the ELF and there's more opportunity available. But I think if the ELF or anything happens to any of these leagues, it's going to keep getting smaller, and now it's going to be harder than what it was.
I
And I
got
can't imagine like now I'm going to jump back to the imports and the women.
you.
I can't imagine what it's like for somebody to sit here and you know try to put themselves in a situation where they're stuck over here, if you know what I mean.
Hmm. I know.
With a kid and whatnot, and now when you regret, that decision that you made, you're gonna be out of playing. You're gonna be out of playing ball. You don't want to go back home, and then that's gonna have a bad example. It's gonna be giving a bad example towards people because you want to do your thing over here, but oh, it ain't what I thought it was, and now you stuck with a kid or something, and I want to go back home, and you
Man,
know how fast word get around
it,
town,
it's it's
man.
it's a like Troy say, like that's true. And like I know a lot of players, honestly, I know a lot of players from back in the day and now
Hmm.
that came over here, did their thing, and then they got a kid, and they're probably back in the States supporting their kid from the States, and they come over here and they see their kid. But those are the some of, and it's no judgment or nothing, right?
Yeah, no judgment.
But
No.
but but those are the guys who, oh, let me come over here, let me enjoy these women's and do all this, but understanding that you still have a responsibility. And so, like most guys, or I'll say most athletes, they get to that point as women's coming after them. Oh, this is lovely. This is lovely. Let's do this. And now they may not have. Why?
Bro, they
You
don't
know
be.
why?
Hey, they be
Dwayne,
they be hiding. They
just
be
sign.
hiding. They be hiding equipment.
Hey, Dwayne, I got it all.
Man, but no, man, like it's just so nowadays it's just so hard to and this is another thing that I didn't talk to you about this last week, but
Hmm.
it's so hard to make a judgment on the right guys. It's so hard to who's a guy, who's the right choice. It's so hard nowadays because you don't know character. You're putting on a face, and I'm just speaking from real perspective of import because
Hmm.
I had to fake it when I first came over here. Um, you got to put on this face that that it ain't real. You got to put on a professional, like you got to be at your professional, like, at your best because first things first. First impression is everything. So
Yeah,
you gotta be a good guy in front of the camera, but at the end of the day, man, I don't think I think it's tough how coaches. I think it's a hard decision that coaches can't really make a good decision just based off of an interview or a video call. You know?
man. Honestly, I'm glad I got the connections that I have, even in the States and over here in Europe, because
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't be like these other coaches that's over here. Most of these coaches they go by what he say, or oh, like back in the day, it used to be like I got a friend, like and even now, like most of them be like, hey, you got a package, you want to do a package deal? I got a homeboy that can play, and they be like, I don't know what that is, like. Who that guy? Let's sign him, and then they be like, no, I got a guy better than him. So they try to do it that way, but like I couldn't be one of these coaches nowadays who don't have no connection because all they can do is just look at a film and be like, okay, his film is good. But as you say, how's his character? Like, is this like once he get over here, his character may be like horrible, and now you're gonna be in a situation to waste money to send him back home, or I wouldn't say waste money because you're gonna have to send him back home because you know how it goes over here. If the team don't like you, you're in a bad situation.
It's so hard. It's so hard that nowadays they can't make a good decision, man. I done heard so many stories about imports and how they're like just acting off the field. On the field, they do their job, but that's also, and I never understood this as an import. I never understood why guys get re-signed until now. Like I think it was
Mm-hmm.
last year is why I started to understand why, because it's a gamble getting somebody new. But if they're fresh out of college, okay, a small college, maybe
Yeah.
that's even better. But for a guy that's been over here who knows how to do it, who's a little bit more experienced playing from here to there, east to west, Nordic, all
Mm-hmm.
Slavic, all these little East, like these countries and stuff. I started to understand why they get selected, especially by the ELF, because man, and dudes always want to talk about, man, I should be in the ELF. Man, I'm telling you right now, that's going. If you think being an import, over here where you got a guaranteed contract, it's easy. Go to the ELF where the contract is not guaranteed. You are definitely going to be stressing out your ass if you believe that it's going to be sunshine and rainbows playing in that league.
Like, and that's right. What Troy said, like that's one thing right there. Like hands down, I experienced that right there. We had that situation too. And it can cost a coach a job. But good thing my board was, they came to me, they told me, it's like, hey, this is what's going to happen. And that's when I had to talk. We done had those situations where I had to come to y'all as an import, say, hey, this is what we got to do. And y'all was like, all right, let's do this shit. And then when let's do this stuff. And then y'all went out there and performed, but I had to come to y'all and be like, okay, this is what's going to have to happen now. Because I got the pressure from here. And I'm not even worried about that, but I got to make sure we finish what we said that we was going to do. And so that's one thing it can cost a person. Oh, there go our boy.
Yep, Pookie.
Oh,
Yeah, as a matter of fact, he was there when you gave us that talk about what
yeah,
they were. Yeah, yep,
yeah.
Demetrius was there. That shit crazy too. I mean, that's crazy too because imagine, imagine. I know you experienced this, but okay, imagine a new guy, a first year guy having a head coach come into their apartment and telling you like what the coaches are saying or the fourth stand saying. You ain't performing like you're supposed to, but you still winning, but it ain't good enough to
Oh
your
yeah.
standards.
Oh yeah.
Imagine what they're thinking or what's going through their head, dude.
It's a ego thing. At the end of the day, like it's gonna be an ego thing for them because they're gonna be like, but we winning. Yeah, but they don't understand. I can tell you an example for when we had it. When I sat down, you guys, we had that situation. We was winning and stuff, but I still came to y'all and be like, hey, these people are still talking. No matter if we're in a situation right now, we put ourselves in that situation. But it wasn't just the imports; it was everybody on the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then it came to a point to where it was a lot of talking around everybody else. So it was like, all right, you know what? Let me just go to the guys. Let me address this. And then let's just go ahead and win the rest of the games. And that's what we did. We took care of business. You ain't hear no more talking after that. And so that's what
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you go like as a coach. Oh, there go Phil.
Oh
Some-
Jesus.
Sometimes as a coach, you gotta be direct and just tell your imports exactly what's going on because I don't think like if you as a coach, if you don't tell your imports exactly what's going on, you're not being completely honest with them at the end of the day.
Bro, man, I tried inviting Phil on this call, bro.
Phil's scared. He over there. He probably over there eating Burger King right now. Like that's straight facts. Phil probably eating Burger King.
Man, hey, I'm glad AJ Brown in here too, man, because I got a question for you, man, because Hey, if you can, I have some questions to ask you about this jerk because he's been over here like for 16 years. I don't know how many years, almost 20.
Mm-hmm.
If you can, AJ, I want you to hop on because I got a question, man. I got so many questions because, uh, man, me and Gabe have been talking about this for a while. No, I'm sitting up here at a disappointment for your teeth, guy.
All
You
right,
know,
while you there at the dentist, I'm gonna go to a doctor and tell him to get all that fat out your stomach.
all right. Hey,
Wait a
so
second.
so we got AJ Brown, man. Mr.
Go for it.
Brown. Oh,
Mr. Brown.
Jesus.
Headband man.
Headband man. There we go. Hey, man. I got a question, bro. What in the hell kept you driven to play all these years overseas, bro? 'Cause how long have you been playing? Hold up. For those that don't know, AJ Brown been playing everywhere. I'm everywhere. How long has it been since you what keeps you driven mentally playing overseas and coaching?
Shit. Well, to answer your first question, yeah, I started this 2014, so this is my year 11.
God
So,
damn.
so yeah, it's year 11, and I've been to about 18 different countries for football, and then 4 extra just for vacation. But yeah, what keeps me driving? I'm just like, man. When I first got started, it was like, all right, I'm gonna do it a few years, and then shit, just get out. But then I just never left. I
Yeah,
just kept
bro. But
motivating.
this is the thing with you, bro. Because hey, and Gabe, I'm gonna keep it a bean, bro. He went to bro. He was your first team for Stuvie, right? Pressure.
Pastuvi.
I'm gonna keep it a bean, bro. He was with the absolute worst freaking team in Serbia, and
Mm-hmm.
he kept it going. But the thing is, this is what a lot of imports don't have. They see that the situation ain't good and they leave. AJ stayed, but
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know how
yeah,
it was
definitely,
back then. But
definitely.
No,
now
Oh,
yeah,
and
you went.
third,
no.
yeah.
Actually, I would say, yeah. Actually, when I was there a long time ago, when I was there, shoot, I
It
had
was good.
yeah, the situation was better, and we actually finished like 5-2, so we was actually good.
Yeah, and
I
so
mean,
but this is the thing, man. Like you came over here, and Serbia it had good competition. It had the ballers. You still had Kragovic, Wild Boars. You had Vukovic and all. Blue Dragons was even some dogs, but that was competitive at the time. But my thing is, like, man, people think bigger picture first. It's either you go to the highest league in Europe or bust. You know, seeing a guy like you go to all these programs in these countries, like, bro, from a mental standpoint, bro, it's amazing because you seem thankful and grateful for opportunities like that, and it's cool to see that
I'm
you like still, you know.
bro. I'm like what y'all saying on the last podcast, man. I like more of the opportunity because every opportunity I went to, for example, even with y'all two, that led
Mm,
me to meet good friends like y'all as well. Like, yeah, I do the football, but I connect with the imports too when I meet them in different countries. Maybe I'm not on the best team, but I still connect with the imports, and we have fun competing against each other. And me and Gabe just talking about doing a Croatia camp. And I told him about this and
exactly.
connected him with this. 'Cause I know a lot of stuff. He know a lot of stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's just like you gotta like I was saying, man, like as many times that it was you or Gabe or myself, people just look at me or one of y'all and be see us get signed, they hate like a motherfucker, they mad. But then they say put me on. so,
And
so
the thing is, man, like people consistently feel. The
oh
thing
man, feel
is,
funny.
the thing is, man, you're still getting signed after all these years, bro. That's the thing. It's consistent. Gabe talks about consistency all the time. I've not seen you not one season not somewhere. I've seen you every single
Yeah.
year I've been in Europe. I've seen you
For,
always somewhere. So that's respect. Because like I told Gabe this, I said you're one of them dudes that Gabe is one of those dudes. Phil, what is it? Like I said,
Phil needed a wheelchair.
Keith.
That's why Phil ain't playing no more. He needed a wheelchair.
Yeah, like I said, Gabe, Keith, Phil, Jabari, man, all these dudes, they pioneers of the game of overseas because they've been doing it for so long, consistency. So, and people don't know, a lot of people don't know, well, they do know you, but a lot of people don't know that you've been at this thing for consistent years. I'm talking about consistent,
Man, that
you're
you
not
boy
know.
said
lying.
he came in
11,
214.
214
214.
and never not and like Devion said, since 2014 never not been signed.
Never not been signed because it's your character, too. It has to be your
Yeah, yeah.
character.
Well, yeah,
Number
a lot of
one,
people
your
like my
character.
character. Yeah, I have a great character. So a lot of people say, yeah. we want to bring somebody with you because you always got that positive energy and you ain't one of those people that just coming with this negative stuff or saying, oh man, I need more and I need more and I need more. And I'm just like, whatever team signs me, they know they don't get a coach and then they get a player as well and then they get a good person as well. And then they definitely gonna laugh 'cause I'm funny as hell. I ain't gonna lie, I'm goofy as hell. But definitely I
Oh
too.
yeah.
But
But how old are you right now? Like, how old are you?
34.
30? Shit, I thought you was older than that. I thought you was like 40. God
Oh hell
damn.
nah. 40?
I thought you
Oh,
was 40. Dang,
oh man,
you
AJ,
40?
ain't that. You 34?
AJ, you
Yeah,
34?
Damn, dude.
yeah.
Okay.
40? Oh shit.
Hey, black
But
don't
nah,
crack
cause
me.
AJ, I'm gonna keep it being, bro. I thought you was over here longer than that, though, man.
Hey, I swear.
20,
Nah,
2014 a long time, but I think it's because you've been
2014 a
in every.
long
But
time.
you've been everywhere though. You've been
Yeah,
everywhere though. That's why.
I've been everywhere.
Hey, hey, hey,
Sometimes like Gabe, I had like sometimes 2, 3 seasons in one year.
hey,
So
hey, hey, AJ, we talking about you. We ain't talking about gay.
oh man,
I'm ready to
Hey,
get
but
on
now
that.
Jay,
Don't do that. Don't do
now
that.
now now I like to mention you, man, because
yeah,
like all
man,
of us got like a similar career. Like I
yeah,
mean, of course we did different paths and stuff like that, but yeah, we all been doing our thing and making the best of our opportunity. You went to Landsberg, and long time ago in my start days. Landsberg said, "Oh, you want to come here?" And I said, "What the hell is a Landsberg?" I said, "Nah, I'm straight on that." but he turned it around. They actually good though.
hey,
But yeah, it's like most everybody have like their good and bad experiences. Like one thing I would say for at least 90% of my experiences have been great from all the countries I've been to, with the exception of angry France. But
that's true.
but, but everything else has been cool so far. But
Yeah,
yeah, no,
man.
no,
What'd you say?
yeah, but I would like, yeah, man, I'm glad you had me in here because yeah, a lot of people. First of all, yeah, for everybody watching, I ain't no damn 40. I'm 34.
Yeah, he
but
34. So for
like,
all, oh, they're your girl too. They're your girl too. I'm sorry if she heard it. I apologize. And
she
Anka,
know,
is it Anka?
yeah, yeah, Uncle Darius, yeah,
I
I'm like,
apologize.
yeah, I'm 34, I'm
I
34,
did not mean
35,
to call
man.
him
Like,
old. I'm so sorry.
yeah, he calling me old. I'm like 34, 35. And like, this is years of, I'm in the 34, 35 age. Like, this year I just switched age and you talking about 40.
Well, man, AJ. Well, man, AJ. It was cool having you on, man.
Oh,
We're
We
gonna
about,
we're,
we
we're
about.
gonna get you on a full episode next time we hear, man. So anytime, man. Let me know if you ever want to come on here again. We definitely gonna keep
yeah,
in touch, and of course, keep doing your thing. Congratulations on going to Czech Republic to be a
Congratulations.
coach, man.
yeah,
That's big, bro. That's big for
That's
you, bro,
big.
because man, you everywhere. So I appreciate
yeah,
you really
cause,
answering the
yeah,
call and
cause
coming on, man.
Oh yeah, because before I go though, yeah, a lot of people they see the first part of this. They see, oh, he's the coach of Prague Mustangs who in Division 2, but they finna see in the next couple of days. I'm also assistant coach for the Prague Black Panthers who play in Austria League 1. So nobody don't know about that too yet. But that's just
Hey,
keep it
hats
between
off to
us.
you,
But
bro.
Hey,
outside the people,
Hats off to you. Hey,
I
I
ain't taking
know.
my hat off. My hair is
Hey,
messed up.
yeah.
My hair look like a sheep ass right now. I ain't
but
taking my hat
appreciate you
off.
being on the show, man.
Oh yeah,
Keep
yeah.
things
I
going.
appreciate y'all. Y'all having me. Yeah, man. We'll
No
talk again.
problem.
Like, yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, man. See you.
See ya.
All right, Gabe. All right, Gabe. So here's my question to you about this whole import thing, because like I said, we got you and AJ been on here since 2014, man. So like I asked him, for him to do it that long is crazy to me. Y'all been at this thing for a long time. And when was the last time you been home? You said
2000, like home for a long time.
yes.
I say 2018. I went home for like I went to Alabama for like 2 weeks, and then I went to Florida. I was like, Fields
Bill.
be playing, man. I ain't went back home since 2018, bro. Like it's just like I go home, I get a reset for like 3 months. I'm ready to come back over here within a week or so.
That's how I am. And this is before we get, because I want to answer some questions
Okay.
before we stop about the mental aspect of this, because I want to answer some questions because we didn't get to last time that much. But
hmm
do you really believe that if do you really believe nowadays that guys want to stay over here for the better of the game or to actually help grow it? Because I know a lot of guys really say, I'm trying to stay here long term and whatnot. Do you think they're actually ready for it? I'm talking about new guys, and we can be honest about this. New
New
guys, do
guys.
you really think new guys are really honestly ready to be, over here for long term?
I can tell, like, phew.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hold on. Answer the question. Answer the question right quick.
All right, I'm gonna be straightforward. Do I think they ready? No, because they just coming over here to enjoy. God damn.
Yeah.
Come on,
You know
no,
what
finish. Hold on,
time it
Hold
is,
on.
brother.
Hold on, Phil. All right, Gabe, finish right quick, and then we gonna get
Keep
into
that
it.
hat on, Gabe, when you answering these questions. Ain't nobody trying to see that hairline, man.
All
That
right,
boy
Gabe.
got that Eddie Monster rocking.
Hold on, Phil. So Gabe, finish off, and then we gonna get to this.
Hey, I think the young guys is not ready. And the reason why I say that because they don't know what they like. They don't know what to expect after the season. You
Yeah.
understand? Like they just playing football, but then after the season, they have to go and work, like really work. And wherever you at, you gonna have work. Like that football. Everybody think that football money great, right?
We ain't
But
making nothing.
you ain't making nothing. This boy over there looking like damn Bon B.
Oh me. Oh, hey,
Oh,
Phil,
I
hold on,
know
hold
you
on.
ain't
Hey, for
talking with
everybody
that
that
Michael
don't know,
Strahan gap you got.
hey,
Man,
for everybody that don't know, Phil been over. Phil, how long you been over here too?
shoot, I
Since
got here
18.
2012.
Yeah, Phil. No, Phil literally
He
was
looked
probably the
like it. Look
first.
at him.
He was probably the first black quarterback you ever saw in GFL. So it was good because
Nah,
he a
that
pioneer.
that year we had Shane. Uh, we had a couple of other black quarterbacks. I mean, it wasn't too many of us. We
Yeah.
had Keith.
Oh
So we
yeah.
had a.
Yep.
But you got
Hey,
to
don't
understand
don't
when we
throw too
first
many
started.
people out there because you got Alzheimer's now.
Hey, you right. I probably do. But see, y'all got to remember the time that I came over here, they was quick to send us home.
See,
You
Yeah.
know,
I'm glad. See, I'm glad I'm young enough to escape that time because dog, it's gotten so much more relaxed compared to. I'm hearing stories from everybody about like the
Yeah.
old GFL and all that stuff. I'm hearing old stories, so I believe it. That's crazy.
I mean, I guess you say before COVID, more teams have more money to do that.
Yeah.
And now since everyone is hopping on this travel bug and stuff like that, people want to see the world. And when you find out that you can do it by football, they out. So now it sucks in a way, but it's also a blessing, because we are ambassadors of the sport.
Mhm.
But now you can't ask for all this money like some guys think they about to make because they hear somebody in the ELF is making 2 or 3K. You're not
Yeah,
making that. You got a young cat straight out of college that take 300 euros, 400 euros,
400.
free
Yep.
housing. And I'll be honest, God rest his soul, but he kind of, the coach kind of put me on game with stuff. It's a business. We pay for your flight, your housing, and we give you transportation. We give you a little pocket change. And when you do the housing is almost 20,000.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not even including your visa. If you got to pay like Austria, man, it's like 3,200 a month before, and then after that they take taxes out of that. So some teams can't afford that. That's why Austria really rock with one import.
Phil, I got a question, man. Did they have Big Macs when you was over here in 2012?
Let me see. Yeah, they did, but they also, hey, they brought that new toothpaste for them yellow teeth you got too now.
See, this would be. I DJ Academics. Let me tell you something, bro. You ain't
Hey,
about to see here.
that boy Devion cut them dreads off. You put him next to Doug. I don't know if y'all know what Doug is, a cartoon
Hey, Chad,
character.
nah,
That
that cartoon.
man,
You talking about that little
Hey,
that cartoon?
yeah.
hey, bro, why you got that hat on?
Hey,
Yeah, bro,
I
take
know
that
you ain't
off, man.
talking. Take your hat off. Yeah, hey, I'm a Cowboy fan, man. I'm a
Listen,
Hey,
Cowboy
bro.
fan.
hey,
We talking
Gabe.
about we was talking about mental health, bro. That
Over
Cowboys be
here?
going through it.
Over here?
Yeah,
Huh?
What mental health? Man, y'all almost had me say mental
hey,
health.
What kind of mental
But
health?
I'm a,
No, no, no. But on some real G stuff, what kind of mental health are you going over here? Because most teams let you know from the jump, if you don't perform, we will send you home.
That's true.
That's it.
some
So
But
now these. Now
you
what was
ain't
you
got
gonna say?
no job. All you got to do is go play football, go to the gym, and go get your free eats if you get free eats. Mental
Yep.
health. What? I work 40 hours a week here, plus the football job, plus the other stuff I'll be doing on the side. Mental burnout, mental health. Come on now, man.
Hey, hey, I know this is off topic, but can I ask you a question, Phil? Can you turn this way? You turn
Oh
your
yeah.
head this way.
Oh yeah.
You see how he turned his whole
hey,
body?
you
He
see
ain't got
that
no play.
roll?
Oh oh oh. Hey, I hit the weights. What y'all do?
Boy, you don't hit the weights.
I
Stop
gotta go
playing.
Who?
after. I gotta go after.
What
Who?
weights you go to?
Well, wait. I go to fit in.
Burger King.
Who said Charlotte Hartman? Charlotte Hartman.
He said
Yeah.
Davion looked like who? Charlie Murphy.
Who said? Oh, shut up. No, you ain't about to play with me. You ain't about to
Nah,
play. Nah.
nah, but for real though, like Phil, since you been over here, like we been over here a long time. No, I'm gonna say not we. You been over here a long time.
Yeah.
Cause I'm still young. You got the gray in your beard.
That's all the stress
What's
from
the
dealing with
difference you done
knuckleheads.
seen? What's the biggest difference you done seen when it was back in the day to now?
Ooh, the way they play the game. Now it's
Exactly.
like they actually play the game right. When I
Mhm.
first came over here, it was about putting us out of the game. More like it was more of a trophy to knock an American out. That's
Mhm.
just my opinion because of things I've heard on the field and stuff like that. I even had a team tell their players to cheap shot me to knock me out of the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
It used
know,
to. You used
so
to have. Yeah. You used to have that little that bounty hunt on you as like as an A when you was over here.
Mm.
oh yeah,
Mm-mm.
most definitely.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you had like if you got hurt, for example, over here, they sent you home. So you were really playing with injuries. You know, so I played with a torn meniscus, a stretched ACL, MCL, busted AC joints, busted biceps. You know what I'm saying? But it was just just to let them know that hey, injuries don't slow you down. You know, it's a mental thing. Like, but that's just the way we're raised when we play the sport as well, though. You know, now you can see me getting on the field. I I'll play flag, but that's about it. And
Nah,
I
for
probably won't
real.
even play that.
You remember? You got a lot of your guys in here, Phil, in the
Yeah.
chat
Yeah,
asking you. You
Hey,
gotta. Hey,
Phil, you a
actually,
granddaddy?
I meant to tell you, congratulations on the championship. You and Keith won too in Austria too, man.
Man, don't
That's
tell
big.
that
yeah.
dude that, man. Get
What you
that
mean,
dude's
Gabe?
head bigger than it
I
is.
ain't done what you did. I ain't say, oh, I'm You ain't got one of these, do you? You ain't got one of these, do you? I ain't done none of that, man. I'm staying humble because that was last
Bro,
year.
bro, I
Now,
ain't
if you
saying
want, I can get
nothing.
up and go get the ring to show you what it looked like. You know, because when you won it, it was like almost 2 years of hearing nonstop. Oh, hey Phil, you win the championship. Hey Phil, you da, da, da. Yeah, I won one.
You know
I
what?
won
Hats
one with
off
my
to you, bro.
broski.
You know I'm proud
Hey,
of you.
it's
We
over there
always
now.
talk.
I can go get it for you and be like, hey Gabe, you see that? But I ain't gonna do that to you. You know.
Well, guess what? I got something coming right back for you, bro. See, it's
What you
okay,
got?
man.
5 imports or 10 this year?
You know what? Hey, I bring this
Appreciate
is
it,
my
Jordan.
thing on imports. All right, I'm gonna be real. I bring imports in here to compete, to make my domestic guys better. And if you don't
That's
believe
what
me, you can
they're
ask.
supposed to be used for. We are supposed
Exactly.
to help the sport grow, be an ambassador of the sport.
Exactly. So what I do, I bring the imports in here that's going to challenge my domestic guys. Now, if my domestic guys tends to oh, the imports here, that's not my job. My job is to compete and to win a game as a coach, right or wrong.
Right, but at the same time, it is like,
To
see,
develop
one thing
the
I'm
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You and I talked about this. Austria makes it real hard. Like you
Oh
really
yeah.
have to coach it because we're only allowed one import.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
now you're really focused on getting your guys ready. So it also makes the domestic guys better, but it also hurts them at the same time because the invaders, we're just lucky to have Coach Keith, another American coach. So now they're getting a defensive American coach, and I'm on the offensive side. So we're one of those lucky teams, where we
Exactly.
can do that. But see, when you have the imports like you have, if you got the right imports, then they are stepping in as a coaching role.
Mm-hmm.
They're
That's true.
supposed to, you know. But I don't know what you got over there besides hopefully Devion done grown up a little bit.
I
You know,
had
he
to,
Devion, he
bro.
matured,
I
man.
had to,
He
no you
matured.
bro.
didn't.
I had to.
No you
I
didn't.
had to.
He said, "No, you
You
didn't."
say that.
I had to.
Hey, then the thing is though, you can't party with the guys. If you're gonna step in that coaching role, you can't go out. I
But I know
think I
That's
won't.
facts.
Nah, I have never went out with the guys. So have I had a beer with them? I think my alcoholic beverage after a game is a Coca-Cola, man.
Phil, stop.
So
You been drinking all that beer. You done blew
whew,
up.
that's that bread.
Yeah, I forgot. Yep.
German rap is terrible. Yeah, I said
Yeah,
it.
it's terrible. That is, it's awful.
But like I mean, since you young boys, y'all listen to the little dancing music and stuff like that. Y'all don't listen to the real stuff, that little John and whatnot. But
Sure.
like, does that really help y'all?
What the German rap?
No. Mentally wise,
Like
when you
mentally?
had when you got little guys like Devion listening to Little Uzi Vert,
I
because that's
don't
who
look.
he
First
used
of
to think
all,
he
I don't
was.
listen to them
He thought he
junkies.
was a dark skinned little pump, for example. Like
I don't listen, dude. I don't even listen to that junk anyway, dude. I don't do that.
nah,
I like the old school. I like old school stuff, man. I'm from Alabama, so I don't listen to that bull crap.
The A in here.
You know what I'm saying?
it's okay though, Devion. You one of the young ones, man. So I expect you to listen to Little Nas X and stuff like that.
Oh,
So
dog, come on, nah. See, I ain't nah.
I
I
I don't
listen to
mean,
listen to
King
that.
George. You know King George, Phil? That's
yeah.
you was growing up to him, huh?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I listen to country music and everything.
Yeah,
So, but I mean, y'all, the mental part of getting ready for the game,
Oh, I got
you
yeah. Mental part, I gotta listen to some calm shit because everybody know how I am. So I gotta
yeah,
be
you retarded.
calm. No, bro, I just, I just lie. Uh, I gotta be calm before a game. That's my go-to. I gotta be calm because as a head coach and as an OC, you gotta be able to control stuff, especially on the fly. You know, and as an import, I let Devion speak as an import. Like, what did he listen? He probably listened to some the rock and roll stuff.
did I tell you I listen to
I believe
Slipknot
it.
and Disturbed?
But do you listen to the stir for real?
Yeah, for real.
Hey, I ain't gonna sit up here and like, and say anything fun. But my first song used to be Ramstein, Du Hast. That was the first song I played.
Yeah.
Just to get it going. The next song after that is Temptations, My Girl.
I listen to SWV because I gotta listen to a love song before I play it. 'Cause I don't know why it pisses me off. That pisses me off
I
so much.
listen
Yeah,
out of
boy.
all the R&B groups, this man uses SWV for
Bro,
example.
they're good. Ooh, shit. They are good. They are good. And then it just like piss
Well,
me
I
off.
would
They'll
have
say
went
something
some
about love and I
Simp,
just get
some
mad.
H Town, some New Edition. This man gonna talk about some SWV.
But they are
well, we
good.
know what Devion be doing.
Bro,
Hey,
if y'all see my playlist, y'all gonna think I'm Jesse for real, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all gonna really
I
think I'm
mean,
Jesse if y'all see my playlist.
Your playlist ain't nothing, man. Get out of here.
Bro,
Nah, bro.
y'all gonna really think I'm zesty, bro. Look, I got some weird shit on my playlist, and I'm
I mean,
like,
you got
dude,
loops in, so of course you zesty.
This dude feel, man.
man,
Nothing
I
wrong with
disagree,
that.
man. I disagree. This man, Abdullah Bula said, Phil, donor or pork chops. Why are you asking him about food,
What? Pork chops, hands
Cause
down.
Phil always eating.
bro? He just called you
Hey,
fat, bro.
gay. Hey, you know how you eat spaghetti? You go,